like a family tree, part of you and part of me. And if we should separate, go your own way, I won't wait.
You are now tuned into This Korean Life with your hosts, Brian and Nate.
You get up, it's 40 degrees, and you have a hot coffee. This is like the samgyetang on June 29th or something. You eat samgyetang.
I usually drink espresso.
Iced coffee. Oh, espresso.
Espresso.
Does coffee make you pee?
Yes.
Me too.
So that's automatic then. And
A diuretic.
two, is it acidic?
I have no idea.
Now, well, I'm still out on the fence on whether it's good or bad for you or whatever. Yeah, lots of things good in the long run, good. But now they say it's acidic and that there's some negative. Too much, not too much. Like it used to be 1 cup a day or something's great, right? And 2 cups a day, you can decrease your chance of all mortality by whatever. But now the guys on the other side, you know the old what we know now will all be false in 10 years.
Yeah.
I just wonder. I just wonder what everything I hear is just like. But this is just what we said with the guy last week, the fishing guy.
Yeah.
Like. What you're telling me is just going to be bullshit in 10 years. Like, you're going to save the world in Busan of all the fisheries and everything else. And then, it's just...
Farm fishing is going to be the nuts in 10 years.
Everything we know just becomes
just
false in 10 years.
Everything in moderation.
That's the overall theme is moderation.
I think every conversation we have here and everyone I talk to, and if it's more than a surface conversation, it comes down to like... Yeah, we need balance. I think we need balance, and that's in everything, man. Don't drink
what I've learned
40
is
cups of coffee a day.
So many people are out to promote their whatever it is because that's what social media has allowed us to do. Like these guys on broccoli and vegetables.
Bruce Lee's brother?
And no, they're just like, just stop eating vegetables. We didn't have 90% of these vegetables 100 years ago.
Oh, I seen that too.
We had animals. And we had basic root vegetables. Is like all we had. We didn't have all these beautiful
like apple, watermelon.
But that's
even apple trees and stuff like.
But by that logic, then don't eat medicine because.
No, but if you're going back to the primal whatever diet or whatever when people didn't have cancer and diabetes and all that shit.
What about the ultra processed foods? I saw is it Europe that's looking to ban that. To put it, they said that's the root of all evil, man.
I don't think who's going to argue that.
Nothing.
It's like 84% of the American supermarket is cancer. It's just like eating straight cancer. No. But they said if you went in, so there's an app now. The one guy just showed me an app. You can go in and you can put in the supermarket and put it like I want no gluten-free foods only. And it'll eliminate from online shopping. It'll eliminate because they have to have their ingredients on the online thing.
Yeah.
This one is good.
It'll eliminate any foods with gluten in them, and then you can put carbohydrates or saturated fats, and it'll only show you food, so you can shop without the foods you don't want.
Here's we don't even need an app. Just don't buy shit in a package. Just buy whole food. I think that's a super.
No. The thing he's saying is that when you go on the app, you go, "Oh shit, I want those Oreos."
The instant food, and then.
So you can. It's
anything that's processed.
Yeah, you can filter it so it doesn't come up. So when you're scrolling, you don't see all that shit. And it said it'll eliminate like 83% of what's in a typical American supermarket. Yeah.
That's so.
So the only things that will come up if you say like no pesticide, fruit and vegetable. Then the only fruits and veg that come up will be ones that aren't organic. It just send you a
GPS to your backyard so start your own garden.
So yeah, and nobody's going to argue about the processed food stuff. It's absolutely awesome.
I always wondered what ultra processed food is. And
it's everything.
No, they said like a tomato is a whole food. Tomatoes in a can, like if you're gonna make sauce, that's processed, and then tomato soup is the ultra processed. Where I think before I heard that, I would have thought of Campbell's soup as like it's tomatoes, but it's got a bunch of extra shit in it that's wrecking your insides.
Anyways, I'm always curious to learn more about coffee.
I like it. I think it's
Talking
good.
about coffee, last week in Yeongdo there was coffee exhibitions. Crazy.
Oh Christ!
But I think,
Is that like a
they-
48 hour?
They needed more promotion though, but I think about 200 stands.
Oh wow!
Yeah, really. And then you can have a sample. You can just have a lot of coffee.
Everyone's buzzing.
Have you been up since then?
No, it did not give me any back. But even like from Brazil, from China, from all the exporters, they were there.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I
So
hope
not
they had
just
some
local.
decaf options.
Well,
They do have-
why wouldn't they be? This is a crazy market now.
Yeah.
It's insane. We went to a cafe in Pohang last night on the way out because I was ripping on Ilsan Beach for the Ulsan Fireworks Festival and said, wow, like we got out in Pohang and I was like, Mexican tomatillo, taquerillo, whatever it's called. Big Thai place, 3 stories tall. And I was like, whoa, Pohang's really evolved. I mean, Pohang used to be Pohang. But now their beachfront side, there's a lot of nice cafes and stuff. That it's too bad Ilsan Beach doesn't do this because Ilsan Beach is really nice. They have Golden Eagles, is a 2-story place that overlooks. You could have some beers and stuff. But in terms of the boardwalk or whatever, Ilsan is much nicer.
Boardwalk.
But the
I didn't see
having
that.
the Thai, Mexican, Italian, whatever, it was just really nice to see those options. And there was this one cafe, 4 stories. You go in, it's like Costco of cafes. There's a full-size merry-go-round.
Oh wow!
And I was like, this belongs in Gangnam, in Seoul. What is this?
like
doing?
really merry-go-round.
A full merry-go-round, yes. And it's 4 freaking stories.
Oh,
And the roof is like 20 feet high on each story. They got an elevator.
Coffee's like $25 a cup.
And there's
what's the name of
there's
the...
young kids. There's young kids, 17, 18, middle school, whatever, drinking $5 and $6 coffees. And I was like, this makes Starbucks look like Daiso. I mean,
Do you got to pay to get on the merry-go-round? Or is that part of the...
What's
I
the
don't
name
know.
of the area?
The beach in Busan. I don't where the
Beach in Busan?
No,
I
beach
mean
in
the coffee
Pohang.
one.
in Pohang. The beach in Pohang.
What's the name of the beach?
Bless you.
Oh, I found it!
What?
Oh, Bremen.
Oh, Bremen, yes.
Oh, Bremen, yes, yes.
Is that a?
Yeah, where are the merry-go-round?
Is that a chain? Must be. Old Bremen. Isn't that?
Oh my God.
This one, right?
Yeah.
That's good. It's like the concept is for...
I mean, nobody was
the
on
children.
it, but I mean, it was going. You could go on. I don't know if you have to pay or anything. But
You got to run
But-
and jump on it.
everybody was taking. So there was the lineup. There was one bathroom, and like one porta potty bathroom, on the whole damn beach. And I was Ilsan Beach has bathrooms everywhere. It's
Yeah.
great. But the lineup was like 2 kilometers long for the ladies. Oh my God. So everybody was running to this on the way out. It was like, well, let's just go in the coffee shop. There's not going to be a big line here. This place looks pretty fancy. Huge place. The square footage is enormous.
Nice. All right, let's start. Welcome back to another episode of This Korean Life. Number 120. Round 2 for Olia Molia Korea. Welcome back to Ulsan. Thank you for coming again.
Thank you for having me back, Brian
yeah.
and Nate.
You did good in round 1. Now you're going to come out swinging again in round 2. I like it. Today's topics will be your social groups, right? Last time we talked more about the backstory. This time we're going to look into your social groups, which you are quite the social organizer, butterfly. You're quite connected within your community.
Yeah.
As we just mentioned, I think this started back when you lived in Seoul.
Right,
You had joined some social groups. Can you shed a little light or tell us about those?
Yeah, sure. So back in Seoul, when I live in Seoul, I used to join several groups and several travel agencies. But it started first with the travel agencies, specifically 반가워요. A huge fan. That group was the one who like get me going into trips, into traveling. 반가워요, and then there
Lit
was
the spark.
yeah, and there was what is called Wink when in Korea.
Oh, I've heard of that before.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of that before.
Yeah.
Cool,
those two.
yeah.
And
So-
then the hiking is with CIK,
Sure.
climbing in Korea.
The 반가워요 and
Right,
Wink, are they?
반가워요, Wing, and CIK, climbing in Korea.
Those are. They cater to local people. Is that the idea?
Yes, yes,
They're
yes.
when you said travel agency, I get the idea of
Yep.
Of sending people abroad or people who come here.
Oh, no.
They're organizing local
They are
trips,
not
but
inbound, outbound. They are just for the local people.
connecting.
Connecting the local domestic tourists to go around Korea.
Oh, interesting. And what's the mix of Koreans and foreigners there?
Mostly foreigners.
Okay.
Of course.
Who
yeah, mostly
with who?
foreigners.
Sorry, with Wing.
With Wing and 반가워요, both of them.
They're domestic tour groups.
Domestic tour groups, but boats not. How can I say? Boats not active anymore right now.
Okay.
Yeah, sadly, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So,
So they're like the equivalent of the halbe bus tours that go all over the country.
yeah, and
Like 장모님 and 장인어른, they can go every weekend if they wanted. There's a grandma grandpa tour from their,
할매.
from their town going to this mountain or this festival or this city or this whatever, and you see them at the Tewagang going on here every weekend. There's 100 buses of just grandpas from all over the country,
Oh,
and those are these kind of domestic
right.
tour. Which is funny, like domestic, the furthest you can drive is 4.5 hours. It's funny that you need domestic tour companies.
You know what? Good on them though for bringing them to the mountains and bringing them to temples. Because
Right.
in my hometown, we bus everyone in from Toronto right to the casino. You bring people from all over, bring them right to the casino. You gamble, we'll drive you home. But at least we have.
So is this similar to that, but for foreigners? Obviously, a little more exciting and fun events, but
I'm not familiar with the 할매 and what? 할매 and
할배, grandma, grandpa.
Yeah, grandpa, grandma. But we like travel around, and mostly like a combination of hiking and then going to a theme park, and of course drinking.
Of course.
Camping.
That's how.
Yeah, but hold on,
Yeah.
you must see these guys. When you go, if I go to Busan
Busan.
here, you'll see these guys because they have like the full meal set in the bottom of the bus. They pull out all the plastic chairs and they have suyuk or jokbal or something ready, and they
The grandma and the grandpa.
ajashi, ajima,
Okay.
grandma, grandpa, and they're known for like affairs and stuff.
I think
Like many guys go without their wives, and many girls go without their husbands.
Swingers
Yeah.
bus.
It's not exactly swingers, but yeah, they're
Oh my God.
they're known for this kind of stuff.
That's hilarious.
It's become part of the reputation of the. I don't know what the tour or the groups are called, but I mean, you see everywhere I go on the weekends, you see them. And they always have a bus full of soju and beer and coolers. And when they finish hiking or whatever they're doing, they're in the parking lot and they go and they whip out 25 chairs.
Wow, I think they are crazier than the travel agencies back in Seoul.
But this is what these old people want, right? Go for a hike, come back, feel great, soju, sleep all the way home.
Whip it out. Yeah. Oh man. So what's the?
Yeah.
How did you get introduced to those three groups that you mentioned earlier? Was it? Were you introduced to a friend? Was it online? How did you? How did you meet 'em?
I was in Seoul. I started living in Seoul back in at the end of 2012.
Yeah.
And at that time, I was like really busy working, and pretty much just enjoying Seoul life. That I did not crave for hiking or going to other town.
Yeah.
Then started in like early 2016. I got a little bit pretty bored, and then I started Googling. Oh, there you go. There's actually Bangawoyo, and then this wing and Go Travel and more. Okay, so yeah.
Are you familiar with Adventure Korea?
Adventure Korea, yeah, that's true. Yeah,
That's the one that always pops up, and they're always doing like Poryang Mud Festival and this and that, and they. So I think for some of those ones, I think they're kind of like what that was doing. They say like you can go here and do banana boat, zip lining, and cliff jumping, and I'm like, I wouldn't have any idea where to do cliff jumping in Korea or whatever. So if you were younger and single and had nothing to do, it sounds like a cool place to go for ilbagir and have a campfire, barbecue, whatever.
Okay. To be honest, what drove me with Wink is Wing usually back in those days got like army guys.
Oh,
Chasing the army guys?
Yeah, I was single and still single.
What do they call those? Army groupies or what?
No. But so it's a combination of
Army buddies?
native English speakers and army guys. That's Wing. And Wing used to have a kitchen.
Oh,
So it's like a great package. Like
kitchen?
if you, no, not kitchen, tap house. So it's not a travel agency, but also a kitchen. So then if you go on their trips, then if you went to
you
on
go there,
their
drink
trips-
first.
No. If you went on their trips, then you get like 20% discount.
At their
if
bar
you go
or
to
restaurant.
that bar,
Oh, Tombstone,
tap
you
house.
missed the boat.
I was going to say, yeah.
Exactly. So it was a great package,
So
and beside the
20%
army guys,
off. Do you get 20% off the army guys too?
No,
You get 20% of the army guys.
and with Bangawoyo is the leaders. So no, the leaders.
Thank you for being so honest.
They were couples, and then I always got blessed. Yeah, and pretty good group,
Yeah.
good vibe.
Nice.
Handsome guys, pretty girls.
Ooh, I like it. The
So we got to start one for. What did you say last time? You don't want to meet anyone who's over 36 or something.
No, did I say that? No.
Well, I saw it on one of your
Let
posts or
me
something.
rephrase it again. No,
Is there
of
anywhere to
course.
meet people that aren't 19 to 25 but aren't over 40 and still fun and single? And we got to make a new Wink for the army guys who
So
are.
you stroll on my Facebook.
Korea has
I
this.
thought it already took that off. Get out.
Nate's been screenshotting stuff since 2016.
No, somewhere you posted something. I'm frustrated. There's nowhere.
Yeah.
There's no young people are looking for this. There's no. What are we? We're not middle age.
We are not that young. I mean, Brian. I definitely
I'm 27
older than
today.
you.
A little younger. But I get it. I know. I get it.
Korea has this figured out already. They got the 80s dance, like the 1980s,
70s,
70s.
norebang.
Yeah. If you're born in this decade, you go there, and they'll check your ID and they won't let you in. We used to hear complaints about foreigners like, man, they turned us down because we're not Korean. Oh, this is bullshit. And then like some like a married lady will go to a nightclub and they're like, oh, you're 39, like you got to be 27 to get in here, lady. Like, whoa. I've told the story before. I had one of my students who raised their kids, and she was like, oh, it was my birthday and we went out and I was so excited, but they went to the nightclub and the bouncer said like, you guys aren't getting in here. What do you get out of here? Please, it's my birthday. We waited in line. He's like, all right, fine. And he sent him off to like a dark corner. He's like, I do not want to see you on the dance floor. Do not. You guys stay over there and you drink. And she said, oh, we're going to the bathroom. And they dance for a minute and run back to their table. But anyways, Korea has that figured out. So just find the...
No, but I get it. But I mean, Busan has a few places where you could hang out, I think. In Ulsan, man, there's not...
Few and far between.
You would be like a fish out of water. There's nowhere to be really social. You could hang out at JJ's, but that's the only option.
Yeah.
Where I think in Busan there's a lot more kind of places where you don't know people and you could just hang out. But I would say for the...
Is that a population thing?
Also here for the demographics, yeah. Also here for the people that are 30 to 45 and not married. I mean, there's, you're the old guy drinking at the bar, or the end table at the bar kind of thing. But there's not many options for that group of people.
I think we should change this podcast into just a dating, and then putting your profile out there. You have an hour. I think that's a good way to know someone.
Any former handsome, sexy wink boys out there?
Okay, back to the topic. So, those travel agencies who inspired me the first, but mostly CIK.
Okay.
Because CIK is just like my group right now. CIK climbing in Korea, and they are a non-profit. So it's just hiking, and then really, if I wanted to get fit, not just having fun, like with the travel agencies, but CIK, they bring another level. It's like really hiking, hike up very fast, hike down very fast too.
Oh, I think that would turn a lot of people off.
No. Everyone love it.
That's my style of hiking.
And the thing is, they always have a leader in front and a leader at the very back.
So it's like military.
So if you are slow as a turtle, that's fine too, because there's always someone
behind you.
Yeah.
But isn't that kind of exclusionary to non-fit people? I mean, if you're not fit enough, you're going to be sucking wind at the back. Bali, let's go.
No.
I didn't come here to get,
Well, you'll learn on the first time. This is not my level.
Was there an asterisk that said like you better move your ass or don't come out?
That. But how can I say? Oh, well, it was a wake up call for me. Like, they are very fast apparently. Then when I want to join like Soraksan with this group, then I train myself 3 weeks before.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's great as long as the intentions are stated. You don't want to go there for a friendly hike and then, be chased up the mountain by some drill sergeant in the back. But I also I don't join groups because I don't have time for all that fluffy stuff. Take a picture, have a picnic. Let's just go. Let's just do it.
Yeah.
Well, that's a group you want to CIK. Sounds good. Are there membership fees for any of these groups? You said it was non-profit, but I know a lot of what do you call it?
모임.
Like the moim groups. I know a lot of them require a monthly membership. Do any of the ones that you mentioned require a monthly membership?
No, but in fact, they got a lot of support. I believe they still got lots of support from the government. All I remember is this is back before Corona. So like 2019, that's the last. A trip from Seoul to Soraksan, you only pay 15,000 won.
Wow.
For the bus with them.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so it's really good deal. Yeah.
When you say non-profit, do you mean they're actually a non-profit organization, or you're using that as an adjective that they don't make money?
No, because there is no membership fee, and if they go, they often go to outside Seoul.
Okay, but they're not like a proper registered non-profit.
No. As far as I know.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to clarify if that was. You just mean they don't make money.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, very cool.
It's amazing how many things you can get money for if you try.
Yeah.
Many people just don't know and don't try. It's a huge problem. People don't know what money's available until you go asking for a grant, for some funding, for this, for that. You don't know who's going to throw a little bit of money at it. But yeah, if you went to Soraksan on your own, it would cost way more than that.
Right.
So $15 is a steal of a deal.
What? Who chooses the mountains that you're going hiking at? Is
the leader.
The leader? The deer leader?
Yeah.
The deer leader.
And the deer leader, I don't know how old is he, but seems like he's over 50 or 60. Yeah.
Oh, very
But very fit.
I don't know. Maybe you can tell us what it's like in your country, but I love that part here. One thing I'm surprised at is the lack of young people. I just remember being in Calgary last time, London. I don't know much about Winnipeg, but it seems like the young people are more health conscious. I mean, Canada and America are not examples of healthy societies, but that 25 to 40-year-old kind of before you have kids. Once you have kids, it seems to go downhill for a lot of people. But before that, I mean, if you're out on a running trail, you're probably seeing mostly 25 to 40-year-olds. Where here, if you're out on the hill, like I'm out in the hills, I bet the average age is 60.
Yeah, but that's morning too.
The young people aren't out in the middle of the afternoon. They're working or at school.
That's true.
But even the marathons, come on. The amount of old
50.
people is, and the amount of fit old people is incredible. Like, I think they said the average of climbing Fuji, the average age is like 48 or 52 or something. You go, really? Yeah, you need brains, not brawn, to climb Fuji. You can't just be, I'm fit and I'm gonna make it. No, you'll die on Fuji, or not Fuji. Sorry, Everest. You gotta be wise and knowledgeable. And I look at it again this year and I go, who's paying 40, 50, 60, 100 grand to go and stand in that line on Everest? It's the backlog. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And in the middle of all that, the girl summited in 14 hours. The Nepalese lady set a new world record. 14 hours from base camp to the top. 14 hours.
Dude, the best person.
Mind-boggling.
The best person to climb Everest is the Japanese guy. Dude, he climbed. I think he climbed the. I might be getting the stories mixed up, but I think he failed trying to climb it at like 30, and then he tried it again at 50, and he climbed it, and then he like skied and parachuted down, and then he climbed it again when he was like 82.
Wow.
Or some ridiculous.
It seems
thing that
now
you would
like
never.
it's getting harder because there's so many people. Anyways, my point was just at how fit the old people are, and the exercise stations.
Oh yeah.
Those things at the park, man. There's waiting lines. Like, guys are fighting to get on those machines, and in Canada it's kind of like reactive and send you to therapy or whatever. But here it's put all this free stuff in the parks. The old people go use it. I mean, this thing.
Driving
what
the bus.
heck is this? Well, this is rotator cuff strengthening, and like they have so many great things here. And the old people are very, very active, and I think that's a cool part of Korea and Japan.
Definitely. What's the most difficult hike you've done?
Halasan.
Jeju?
Halasan, I never been, but I was with the tourists, so we did not go up to up.
I did in the middle of the winter.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I felt like I was in Canada at the top. Oh, it was so cold.
I took the wrong way up, and I got stuck like 70%. Went up 70%. We're like, all right, let's go to the top. Like, oh, you can't go. And there's like these big barriers. Like, do not cross here. I'm like, damn. But
What's a tough climb?
I cannot think of anything. Really.
2,000 meters isn't tough. We're not talking about the Rockies or some Himalayas here. There's not most of the climbs here are pretty enjoyable.
Yeah.
I know there's one in Gyeonggi-do, and it's like I think it's a 13-hour hike, and you start like 4 a.m, and you just again, it's not like straight up, but it's up and down, kind of like a dinosaur's back. Right. And you go all along the mountains. One of my students showed me pictures of it. Didn't even look like Korea.
Oh.
To me, it looked like something from an Avatar movie, or it was really cool. I'll find the name of it after. But
what do you need? You say you got kind of inspired by these guys in Seoul. What are some of the crucial elements or characteristics to possess to start a group and kind of run it successfully? Did you see the guy last week, the Italian guy on the Busan pages looking for creative people?
I think I saw his post.
Poleo Mazzielli or whatever.
Right.
He's looking for creative people to help record videos and this and that. And I was like, wow, what a bright person to see. Like, hey guys, I just moved here. I'm looking for
that guy,
creatives.
yeah.
I want to make content. If you know anything, you do anything, let's hook up.
He just posts again.
Yeah, but Ryan Estrada answered, Liquid Arts, and
Right.
all the creative people answered, and boom, he's in there. And if there wasn't a group, it sounded like he would be making a group. And if there is good groups, he'll join them and see if it's his thing. But I miss that kind of leadership or initiative in the community. There's not enough people that say, this guy just popped up and he's like, hey, and everyone's like, oh, you're awesome.
Yeah.
And I was like, but you like badminton, you like making soap, you like, well, just get out there. So what would you say are the most important things to, other than maybe some confidence? Or
I'm glad that you you asked this question. So Busan Gyeongsanamdo Global, it started in October 2021. At that time, I live in Kimhae. And actually, the one who came up with this idea, it was not me. It really, honestly, it was a Korean friend named, oh my God, Kim Jong-won, and he lived in Kimhae as well. He's my neighbor, and he has like a language exchange, something like that in Kimhae. It used to be operated very well, as far as I know. And then he came up like, but before we hike once or twice. And then why we made, a group? Okay. So we started together. And then I got very ambitious because I wanted to make it weekly. And then anyway, then I think like he's not comfortable with weekly, too ambitious too. So his idea is just once a week. So then it's only me, and then I brought up, I think, another. Sorry, not meaning to breaking about myself, but I think like I've brought it in a different level because I wanted, my idea is
CIK.
No, the climbing, yes, but it's more like all together, not just, for example, so not just native English teachers, not just students, but everyone's in different level because CIK was like that. And then the atmosphere in Seoul, it's like that even right now. Like everyone doesn't matter, your
Not
background
segregated.
can be all together.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
And that's
I missed that, so I made it.
That was the impetus too for us to change T-Hope to We Hope. Before it was just teachers helping other people everywhere, and we changed that to we help other
That's
people.
good.
And we's more
Inclusive.
more inclusive thing.
So, Busan Gyeongsanamdo Global, that was initially going to be mostly for exercise, outdoor adventures, or a little bit of everything?
So, at first, the name was Kimhae Hiking, Kimhae International Hiking, and then we got foundation, we got funds from Kimhae. So
Funds for what?
Funds
They
from
just give
Kimhae.
money to
because
how do you get
I made events and we promote Kimhae. Yeah,
Oh, so hold on. This Eungyung too.
Sinungyong.
She does that as well. I remember she messaged me and she's like, "Hey, I got a couple grand to host a dinner with international people." I was like, "What? We've been clawing at the government for money for years. No one give me money."
So
for
it's called
dinner.
Gimhae Hiking, but the people are from Gimhae.
No, at that time it's from everywhere.
All over Korea?
No, just like Busan, Kimhae,
Surrounding
Goje,
areas, yeah.
the Gyeongsangnam-do and Busan.
So who do you send a letter to your local dong office or your
No, check to Kimhae Culture City Center, Kimhae Munhwa Center. Kimhae Munhwa Center, they offer, but I believe like since 2 years ago, they got a little bit more strict with the requirements.
Okay.
But
Usually that's the problem. 600 pieces of paperwork and pictures
No.
and stamps. And you need your red stamp ready to go. And
No, that's
usually it's pretty hard to get the funding, but not. Hey, we're a bunch of hikers mixed from countries all over. Hikers, okay, sure, here you go. Well, that's a dream.
Or what would be
The fund?
Yeah.
The fund from Kim Hae.
How much I'm saying? Is it
It's
$500, $1,000?
No.
10 grand?
No. Oh wow. I hope no. 1 to 2 million.
Oh, okay.
1 to 2 million.
That's for one
yeah.
event? Or
No,
that's to
it's-
host your...
The thing is, they just give a range of time, but I made it very, very, how can I say, effective.
Okay.
I
So
think
we used-
8 events.
We used to have this where the local multicultural dance groups and
Yeah.
whatever would get funding to keep their cultural events going.
Yeah.
And then when there's a festival event, whatever, they would come and perform. Because they say, how can we... So, for example, I could apply to get a grant or some support for the foreign kids playing hockey. Because that's part of our culture, and we do that in Busan now. And so it's a little bit similar to that, I think.
What would you spend the funds on? Is that just the soju makgeolli after post hike?
No. Lunch and drinks or beverages. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay. For during the hike. I gotcha.
Yeah, and they were not so picky about. At the time I was lucky. They were not so picky about Yongsujung bill.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like fully trust. But it was a good. It was a right choice.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sure.
I mean,
yeah.
I was trusty.
Yeah.
I mean, I am.
That's
Okay,
that's good.
so the name was Kim Hae International Hiking, but of course I don't want to limit the potential just Kim Hae.
Of course.
So then I changed Busan Gyeongsanamdo Hiking. But then I saw the potential. It's supposed not to be hiking because we did more than that, right? Riding a bike and then traveling. Busan Gyeongsanamdo Global, and thanks to Busan Global Foundation because they were the one who poked me the name should be changed
Oh, really?
to sounds international. Oh, all right then. Busan Gyeongsanamdo Global.
Global, yeah.
There you go.
It's a bit of a mouthful.
They wanted to I could not just say Busan Global because I see myself like it has to be with the Gyeongsanamdo as well because I used to live in Kim Hae.
Yeah.
How do you... when I think of this, and I think Busan Gyeongsanamdo Global, I would think of it as some other fringe group. If I just
Or
heard of
organization, right?
it, because there's so many now that you know, is this some church affiliate? Is this some whatever? You don't know because there's so many of them, and it'll be like Haeundae Nightlife Group, Busan Nightlife Group,
Right.
Namgu Nightlife Group, and like, why do we need 20 different nightlife groups or whatever? So, how do you? To me now, it seems when you go into these things
Yeah.
that. Because I'm the guy for the Ulsan Parents Club with him.
Yeah.
And, like, we get international students. I'm like, you don't belong in here. No, get out. We get guys who aren't married with kids, factory workers. No, get out.
Yeah, people who don't even live in the country.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
so you start this group and you're like, oh, we got 800 people already.
Right.
But there's only like 5 of them coming to an event.
Yeah.
How do you kind of not moderate, but how do you determine who's in it for the right reasons and who's not? Is it just the questionnaire, or because I'll say sometimes I sign up for a couple groups,
Okay.
not to be nosy, but I think I'm indirectly related or involved or something like that. So when you start one of these, like you got every Tom, Dick, and Harry and Gyeongsangnamdo in there, but none of them are contributing to the actual growth or whatever
That's
of the
correct,
group.
yeah.
How do you keep it focused? Like, let's get up the hill, let's go. That's why I like this CIK. If they're serious and it's only hiking, non-hikers aren't going to join.
But I think you're talking about an online presence and people who are showing up. And I think lots of people, it's easy to click, join the group, but showing up's different. And I think the people who are showing up are probably more...
But that's what I mean. And isn't it
Determined to
better,
do something.
more efficient to have a group online where it's the same people that you could... Because
I don't think you can moderate that.
You don't need 10,000 online and only 10 participants every week. You're like, what the hell? We get 10,000 people. How do we only have 10?
You're advertising to 10,000 people.
So your questions is about
Like
the
making it
numbers,
efficient. Yeah, managing it
whether it's
efficiently.
efficient. Okay, so first of all, to be honest, I don't really like hiking, but
Anymore?
it's just a choice here. But the thing is, I like to be with a lot of people and then going up and going down the mountain. And I like doing other things like riding a bike. And we held a cruise event, and the people who show up were the people who never hiked.
Oh, okay.
And then the ride bike as well.
Yeah.
So to me it's nice to see a different kind of people and
sure,
then to try
So then the importance is on organizing different kinds of events.
yeah.
So you got a group of 10,000, 500 might like hiking, 200 might like bike. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and some people like volunteering and cooking. We did that too.
No way.
Yeah,
Can you talk more about that? Where you guys met? Can you talk more about that event?
about the cooking.
About the cooking.
It's
why not?
combination of easy hike and cooking.
Okay.
Yeah, cooking, and then we got
Is it like
the donation from the government.
Are you
But
talking about like a potluck? Like everyone shows up with a dish?
potluck, no. Literally went to a place, and no rent free. It's provided by Busan and Kim Hae.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and then
You guys
yeah,
all
just,
cooked your own meals?
no, it's more like a cooking program.
Ah, okay,
Like a
okay. I
cooking
gotcha.
program, yeah.
What was the menu? Was it Korean food?
Kimbap, makgeolli,
Oh, nice.
makgeolli. What is that? Chapje.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
So can you tell us about the current situation of the Busan Gyeongsanamdo Global and what is the focus and what are the main activities?
Okay, thank you for bringing that up. So I'm the founder and also the leader, but we have four other leaders, and then among these four, two really I'm really grateful. I mean, for four of them, but two. They are the one who make the ball rolling, and we have events almost weekly. But
Wow.
yeah, for the future, I think myself, to be honest, I have something else outside the Busan Gyeongsanamdo Global that I feel like I need to focus more.
Sure.
So I will only make events once a month, I think. But thanks God that we got other leaders. So
Sure.
You mean like like your job, or you mean like another group or other groups?
no, another self-improvement.
Okay.
Nice.
And we always welcoming for people to post their events. Really, it's okay. Even though you are not the leaders or the moderators, you can send. You can post there,
Yeah.
and I will approve
Good.
as long as it's during the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be always hiking.
What do you notice a connection between frequent events and the participation levels?
Yeah, I do. So even though we got like over 2,000 followers on Facebook and 583 on Instagram, of course, like most of them are the same people. But the numbers who hike is about 10 to 25. To 10 to 25, yeah.
But I mean, in terms of, like, again, thinking of groups online, I think there's Ulsan used goods and used goods in Ulsan or something. There's two groups.
Substitute
But
teacher.
one has regular postings. People post their regular stuff, and the other one is kind of like somebody selling Chinese sunglasses.
Okay.
So you just know, like, not to go there anymore because it's kind of gotten away from being
Right.
like relevant. But I think, like, to me, it would seem when you post Ulsan online, for example, it's current, up to date, and there's useful stuff. So I think people frequent it more often. Where if we had Ulsan, Gyeongsangnam-do hiking, it's only once a month, so people don't bother checking or going or commenting. So by having the regular events, it retains participation. I mean, if you went down to 2 events per month, does it just go? Does it fall right off?
No, but it sounds like you've had pretty regular events
I
up
think
until
it
now.
will be always regular because even though right now I said that, I have another goals, I have to focus on myself, but I will be tempted to hang out.
Absolutely.
So, let's see.
I just think it's a good way to run if you have one of these groups.
we are pretty steady.
To have just like an Instagram account. If you post regularly, you get lots of views. If you post once a month, people come and go. And so I like that it's weekly.
Yeah.
Seems like a lot and a lot of work, especially for us doing the WeHope stuff. Ben, I can't imagine doing weekly things. But
the thing is, our program is free.
Yeah.
Our free. I mean, like me myself, I don't spend a lot of money on one hike. The mountain is free, and then you are not. How can I say? You are not obligated to have lunch with us. We are not really focused on lunch. Yeah.
It's about the hike.
So it's about the hike and what else? It's also promoting Busan. And then the rental biking as well, free rental bikings. Busan has 3 rental bikings. And then they were really happy to have us.
That's awesome.
So it's,
that's really nice.
good.
And I think it's
like
good
Kakao Bike or whatever gives you free bikes
No. There are 3 spots in Busan.
to rent bikes.
To rent a bike. You just need to show your ID, or just if you are in a big group, just the leader.
It's always free, or they made it free?
It's always free.
Okay.
It's always free. Yeah.
Oh, it's fantastic.
And good bikes as well.
Nice. What do you do if you have a big hike or bike planned? Do you guys, if it turns out to be a rainy day, is everything canceled, or do you guys continue on with your?
On rainy, we still go.
Do you still go? Oh.
Yeah. But if it's not riding a bike, we still go.
Oh, that's
with
awesome.
a hike. Yeah.
That presents new challenges, but it's still fun to do, right?
Yeah.
It's really nice.
It's just drizzle, you know, drizzle.
What is the? You said there's 3 other leaders.
Yeah.
How do you?
4.
How do you kind of vet the other leaders so that I think it's part of what we do.
Yeah.
You know, we're getting older. There's not many people left in Ulsan our age. We think a certain way.
Right.
It's challenging our regular mindset to connect to these younger, maybe international students, teachers, to come out, to volunteer, to participate, to get involved, to give back to the community. And sometimes we have to take swallow your pride and say, maybe I don't know the best way to do this because I am a little bit older than these guys and I don't know how they work. I don't want to do Instagram, but you kind of have to for some of this stuff. Roy Garcia introduced us to Google Drive. And I was like, no, we got Dropbox. We're fine. Dropbox is good. And he's like, Dropbox is garbage. You got to use G Drive. And I was like, what the hell is a G Drive?
Okay, again, this is like 2017, I think. Or 2018.
It was ages ago.
Yeah.
But it was a time where I think we have to step back and reflect that we don't know everything. Just because we've lived here and we've been around, we don't know the best ways. And how do you kind of put your interests, or do you, aside to say, okay, you can be a leader too, a coordinator, a project, whatever that we have to do. And, maybe they don't fully align with your thinking, but they connect to different groups of people that are also important.
So you're saying, how do you keep an open mind when planning events? Is it
no, but you need organizers and leaders, but you want them to have your values, right? You want them to kind of see what
have the same values.
What you see, and I want the group to go in this direction. Well, so do I, but I want a little bit different. Is that okay?
No.
Yeah, because I think that'll be more beneficial for the group. But you got to kind of swallow some of your ambition for the group, right?
Right.
How do you do that? How do you do that? Because I think for us, finding leaders in the community, like, well, this guy's good for these people only, and he can't see the whole picture. But you need someone to kind of be able to manage both.
Wow.
So-
I think,
The quote is, are you asking how she picks leaders?
Yeah, and how do you, like, for me, before if I want it,
Right.
I do it my way because I want it done right, and I'm doing it my way. But I've realized that my way isn't always the best way or the only way.
Head on, take note.
And that sometimes we need some of these young bucks to come in and teach us, how the young people are thinking.
Sure.
right. Well, I think I'm lucky. To me, it's not that complicated. Like, I've seen the ambitious ones, or they are the one who asked me, Olia, why don't we go to that mountain? Olia, why don't we do this? And I said that, I cannot always, make events. I mean, why don't you, you can be one of the moderators. Or to be honest, guys, when we hike, I also see you. I also observe you. I observe the people. Seriously, when I see that girl is brilliant. I mean, and she's looking for a job. I think I know someone.
Yeah.
I always, to be honest, I kind of watch people.
Taking
but
notes.
don't be afraid.
Busan
Sorry.
New club, Busan Stalkers.
No, it's I pay attention. Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
being observant.
Yeah, observant.
It's a good
exactly.
quality.
So yeah. But before they are no longer leaders because one moved to Gwangju. Sam Lee, he was one of the best. He made really good hikes and he took care of us and he always brought makgeolli. He was loved by everyone. And then there was Steve Kim. He's still in Busan. But he found new friends at the end. But we're still friends, so yeah.
I'll give you another good example of this. The first time we did a beach cleanup for We Hope, we did the beach cleanup and we provided lunch for everyone.
Yeah.
Like 100 lunch boxes. So at one side, we're cleaning up the garbage and trash and plastic from the beach. And then we have boxed lunches served in plastic containers for 100 people.
Do you understand? We're picking up
Right.
10 tons of trash, and then we create trash after. And
The same stuff. So we work with our president and say, hey, foreigners would look at this and say, this is ridiculous. What are we doing? Picking up plastic and then making 100 things of doshirak plastic. This is crazy.
Right.
So it's counterproductive.
but that was a really harsh criticism. After it was done, we received a message like, I had such a good time today, but did you ever think of this? And we're like, ooh, wow, that was
But and so in Korean culture, they probably don't. They just think, we did a good job, we volunteered. And they don't think about that doshirak lunchbox as what are we doing? We're contributing to the problem. Where the foreign community would say, hey, it's cool, but this isn't cool. So now for future ones, we have to change how we think and how we do it. And that's not easy for being with our Korean president and us. We have lots of conflicts in this way of culture and no, but foreigners don't plan 3 days in advance. And there's exams coming up, so we can't get the students. Why not? Just because they're studying for exams. There's all kinds of things around scheduling, and they don't understand, and we don't understand, and it's lots of cultural stuff.
It's What do you? Here's the question for you too.
Yeah.
When you're
sorry. Before you asking me questions, can I touch on that kind of
sure,
problem?
yeah.
If the leaders, and then it happened in the past, they some leaders made skiing trip or stuff like that. I was not picky.
Yeah.
I never been that picky. I mean, as long as people have good time and no participant fee, that's fine. And then if someone's one of the leaders also brought a car and then charge people for the gasoline, that's fine too. That makes sense. So yeah.
You go skiing for free?
No,
me
what
up.
I mean is,
Sign me up if we're going free skiing.
the skiing was not free. It's not free. What I mean is
To join the group and
yeah,
whatever.
exactly.
Okay.
To join the group, yeah.
Right? Anyone can join the group.
Yeah.
Anyone is free to spread your group's message or whatever. Did you ever have
Conflicts
No,
or
not
crazy
conflict, but-
people?
Yeah, I think crazy people. Yeah, maybe that's a good way to say it.
I don't think it's if, it's how many.
and how did you deal with it? Because obviously, over the years, the groups that we've been in, there's been some strangers that. Oh, it talks fine. There's been some strangers that come in, whatever, and they want to be a part of it, but you get a vibe
Right,
from someone, you know.
right.
How do you deal with that in your groups? If there's whatever, if you're hiking and there's some guy that's hitting on all the girls, or if there's something like this, how would you handle
Well,
it? Or
that's the
have you dealt
point,
with
that's
it?
the
Somehow
point.
this is in every group.
But that's the point, isn't it? I mean, like it's the point.
That's why we're drinking.
No, it's the point of people meet people, and then something can be developed, and then it really happened. I mean, some have become like a couple, not yet husband and wives, but I'm
That's
happy
good, but I
of
mean
it.
when someone's pushing the
pushing the
pushing the
someone-
boundaries, yeah. Have you dealt with any stuff like this?
Yeah.
And how do you ask the man or the woman, can you please step back? Can you stop doing like that, or do you let it fizzle out naturally? How do you approach
It's
it?
such a weird thing because you're volunteering your time and effort for this. They sign up because it's free. Why can't I hit on a girl? Why can't I? But yeah, some people take it overboard.
Okay, yeah.
There are always two sides of a story. If I do not see it by my own eyes, usually I said that there are always two sides of the stories, but let me hear from the other side. And
Hey, are you
Usually-
really hitting on her?
no, not like that. But usually I never just swollen an information. I never
Sure.
just swollen an information. But when I saw which happened, that this girl kind of like not comfortable, then I asked like, "Are you okay? Can you handle this?" And then she said, "I'm okay." Then okay, then
Perfect.
go on, carry on. And then there was also like, how can I say, a discussion, like a little politic. There was a Russian guy, and then it's still war. So someone like asked harsh questions on him, and then when we hike up, then at some point I said that to the Russian guy, "Okay, are you okay? You don't have to ask that questions. You don't have to respond
Answer.
it in front of the other one." And then he said sorry, and then we carry on. So yeah.
Good.
That's what I wonder.
Minky.
He's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
He's on a back. Yeah.
That's what I wonder in the groups. How much is like, hey, we're all adults. Let's act like adults, and how much is because eventually, when you get enough of these small problems, you just go, I'm out. This is too kichana, too himdara. I'm not a referee. I'm not here to babysit kids. Everybody's an adult. Let's act like adults and solve our own things. But
I think Marvin Gaye heard it through the grapevine. He's got a good line in that. Believe half of what you see, only half of what you see, and none of what you hear.
yeah, but like you say, it's not just that. It's religious things. It's political things. It's and I think Korea's getting an awakening to the Muslim part of it, where on the news they might see Al Qaeda, ISIS, whatever, but they're bringing in plane loads of Uzbekis that are very moderate in comparison and very easy to get along with.
Yeah.
So in that way, and being abroad, the Russia Ukraine things, the Israel Palestine things, I think they're much easier to talk about when you're not in the heat of the battle. So
I've come to realize recently too how emotional Koreans are when it comes to political discourse. Like families will break up over who's red and who's blue. It's wild. I never realized that until just maybe this last election. And you see they really have strong opinions on their political ideologies.
if your group is out on a hike or doing something adventurous, what if you get someone whose fitness level is just zero? They really want to socialize, they want to hang out, intentions are great, but they're going to have a heart attack and you're going to be calling the ambulance. What do you...
Oh, wow.
How do you... Hey, I think this one's a little bit too hard for you today, or how do you deal with those kind of situations?
Yeah, it happened before, and then the person stopped hiking. Well, I mean, return back home, but because he realized that it was too hard.
Just see you next week.
No, we give him direction, but at that time there was another participants that very fit. Okay, I took him to the bottom, and then I will come back.
Oh,
He's very.
That was a Korean.
He's very Namgyu, thank you. So he just sprint back up.
Korea and Japan, I find that there's people are willing to do that. Whether it's give you directions and bring you to Somyeong and then come back to here because you didn't know how to get to Somyeong, or whether it's hiking or biking or something, go way out of their way to make you comfortable. Really nice.
Cool. I never said that. I think this hike is too hard for you. I mean, that person have to feel it. Yeah, have to feel it themselves. Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
But how much are you willing, or how much are people in the group willing to accommodate? You know, you're used to the CIK, go.
Right.
If today you have 10, 15 climbers and 5 or 6 of them are really slow, what do you kind of just do? Let's do 2 groups today, or how do you?
It just happened naturally, Nick. Yeah, really, it just happened naturally. Like always, there like a fast people and then a little bit slow. Yeah, it happened naturally. Nice. And to be honest, I'm the slow one.
That's all right.
But when it go down, in terms of go down the hill, I'm the fastest.
Olia Molia.
Just rolling down the hill.
Olia Molia. Nice. What have you received any feedback from from the group? I mean, positive or negative? Yeah, I'm sure there's lots of positive.
They say that some people said you should have someone at the back, like 2 leaders.
Oh, no. I mean generally, not just for hiking, just in terms of the group. Do people send you messages like, oh, wow, I had such a good time, I really enjoyed it?
Usually they believe me or not, I think they are, most people not outspoken or not, what is called, they are not outspoken, but they always come back, so...
I think that's feedback in itself, right? If you're coming back more than once, then yes, of course, that shows you're doing something right. Or if
they post it on their social media, that means that they like it. Or if they share to their friends and then invite their friends to join in. Then, we kind of took over a market. There was a foreigners local market over here that we ran in the local bars. And the girl who ran it before, she required all of the participants in the market, all of the vendors to share, the poster or whatever. She wanted everything shared just to promote and get as many people as you can to the market. Do you go out of your way to promote? Is there any special... or you just make an event and who wants to come? Actually, you cannot push people, right? You know that you cannot push people. It just got to happen naturally. But
what do you do in terms of promotion? Is it just whoever's in the group? I'll just post one event, and if you come, you come. Or are you sharing it to bigger pages or stuff?
Well, I kind of hope. I always hope and wish that the participants who go for a hike. Then after the hike, they post with the hashtag Busan Gyeongsanamdo
Oh,
Global
cool. Okay.
or tag Busan Gyeongsanamdo Global.
Yeah.
But to be honest, only very few of them, not even a handful. So, but I cannot really push them. I just only wish, and thank you for the ones who always like hashtag or tag.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. Sorry, I want to add something. But the thing is, many people do not know the good point or the strength of a social media with the hashtag and tagging.
Sure.
So with your broadcast, this Korean life, if if they hear me, that I kind of always like the hashtag and tag.
Yeah, cool.
And share.
Well, make sure you throw that one on, eh?
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite? I'm sure not every event you do is different. Sometimes you do the same mountain or the same thing.
Repetition, yeah.
What is one of your favorite ones to do, and why?
Oh, I have two.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do share.
Hwamyongsan.
Okay.
Hwamyongsan, especially at night or sunset.
Okay.
Because it's not hard. It's around Jeonpo, and after that you can go hop into Gwangan-li or Jeonpo, so in the center of the city, and at night it's beautiful. And the other one is Bongnaesan. Bongnaesan, because it's next to the Hyunwil Cultural Village, and that's where I meet my dean, who offered me the job.
Oh, nice.
At Yongsan University.
Oh,
So it's memorable.
Awesome.
Yeah, to me personally.
Well,
And that's why you got to get out in the community, build your network, connect with people, grow, and all kinds of opportunities arise.
Yeah, and if you have a name card, that will be great.
We need new name cards, man. Oh, Lord.
I know the 2030, the millennial and Gen Z, they don't use name card, but if you, just in case for the,
But at least you could they have the digital ones now that are, it's hard because there's many companies vying for the marketplace, the place.
The wallet?
Yeah, where you just tap, touch, whatever, and it gives you the profile of the guy or whatever. But yeah, the online ones are pretty good.
And if
And
your
that's what
name
lots of the young
card,
people like.
if your name card has a barcode, that will be great too.
Oh, there's the full name.
Koreans love them still. It's what the Koreans like. Name card. It's a culture here.
The Generation X and baby boomers.
It's a culture of exchanging cards. Yeah.
Do you want to jump over to Busan night?
Yes.
I would love to hear more about this. Is drinking required? As a teetotaler, am I welcome to your events?
You don't need to drink as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do all night? I would associate night events with drinking. Do they all include drinking or no?
It was this one right now not really active, but it was really extremely active. It's almost like weekly, crazy. Back in September 20. No, not even September. August 2022 until March 2023. Yeah, we had a good run.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it was with the right group, and then so we went either bowling. Yeah, usually start with the bowling or then barbecue.
Okay.
Like pork or beef, or even went to like arcade game center. The ones that you only pay like a board game.
Oh, okay, board game cafe.
Yeah. So we usually went to Somyeon. Yeah.
Sounds like a night of bees. Eh?
So
bowling, barbecue, board games, and beer.
Right. Sometimes it starts from 8 to midnight, or 8 and see you in the morning.
Oh yeah.
Like until in the morning.
Some of my most memorable nights from my early days here were the bars don't shut down, so you're drinking, you're like, oh, it's probably time to go home. You walk out, it's fully bright. And you're like, what's going on here? Oh my God. Yeah. You drink to the wee hours in the morning. That's awesome. How many people would usually attend?
This one,
Yeah.
10 to 20.
Oh, wow.
10 to 20, 25, yeah.
Rolling 25 deep?
Yeah.
Was there no Busan groups for hanging out or nightlife stuff before this one, or
There was, but
what made this one different?
This, what made this one is different is no participant fee. No participant
So what would a
fee,
typical
that
other
means-
group have?
That means that I did not collaborate with, or I don't collaborate with bars.
Mm.
But if we go to a bar, then if bars usually contact us first, and then asking like, can you make an event, and then we will give you free shots or stuff like that. Yeah. So we got approached.
Busan's got a different mentality.
Oh my God.
I got to go and beg guys to give free shots
my
of soju. Listen, 사장님, it costs you nothing. 2-liter bottle of soju costs you $4. You give everybody a shot of soju, or call it a cocktail, soju orange juice. It costs you nothing. And
How many were?
and I'll bring 20, 30 people to the bar.
Hold on. Dude, we had to beg people for the poker run.
Yeah.
That was 150.
Yeah.
150 what?
150 people. All right,
Wow.
we're going to bring 150 people. Can you give a soju cocktail? Like, wow.
Oh my
And you're like,
God.
oh, yeah.
How ungrateful.
Yeah. Oh, hold on.
No, it's just a different business sense.
No,
it's thinking that
that's stupid.
sure, but it's not. This is what. Do you think all the 10 million businesses in Ulsan have people who studied business? None of them. None of them. The same reason last night in Pohang, the awesome Thai place, which had 3 stories, I believe, and we went because it wasn't full. And he said there's a 2.5 hour wait. There's 9 groups waiting. I said, but you have like 8 tables on the first floor here, and they're all pushed off to the side with nobody sitting. Maybe it was too much capacity for the cooks to make.
Right.
But another one, the BHC chicken. Sorry, no more orders tonight.
Yeah.
But the Tongdak chicken one at the beach
Right.
had a line of like 1,000 people just here, go, here, go, here, go. And I'm like, BHC, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
It's a different business sense here. People here have no problem turning down business.
So
Can we order?
way
Can we order
back.
10 more drinks before you close? No. You sold like 12 drinks all night. I'm going to order 10 more right now.
Right.
No, sorry. It's a different mentality.
Or in Seoul is even a less. You know that we took it until Seoul. We hold events in Seoul.
Oh, the Busan group was. You guys
yeah.
do solo? Oh,
and
wow.
then there were like not that a lot of us, only 12, but we were going around like Itaewon, and then the bars just like come in, free basic cocktails.
But that's competition,
Really?
right?
Yeah.
That's competition.
Smart.
That's all over Hongdae and
Itaewon.
that's a lot of competition. They want. If we can get 12 people in and it's fun, we know they're going to stay.
Yeah.
How do we get them in the door? Free cocktail. But I think in Busan too, there's a lot more exposure to it and to the multinational crowds. Yeah.
Crowds, yeah.
Where here, like if you brought a group of 10 foreigners or 5 foreigners and 5 Koreans, still like,
Really?
yeah.
Oh no.
Sure. Some places, no, but some places, yeah, for sure.
Oh man.
I'm sorry, Nick.
You think if I would, I mean, especially if you walk by with like, 5 engineers, you go, hey, these guys only drink the most expensive beers, $12, and they have like 5 or 6 each. Come sit down, sure. Hey, young guys, get out of here. These guys are going to sit and drink. I'm going to make some money. But no, it's not how it works.
Wow, it's like
It's
Korea
very-
back in 2000.
Yeah. I think in that way it's very different.
Korea back in 2000.
Well, I'm really divided over how I feel about the city sometimes. Where people from Seoul say, "Oh, it's the countryside," and you're like, "No, man, we got all these factories and a really great infrastructure." And then things like this, and you're like, "Oh, yeah, no, it's
the
not
mentality.
quite, yeah, not quite
the
there yet."
attitude, okay.
But if you went to Donggu
right.
by the shipyard where all the engineers are,
Okay.
no problem. They sure here, yes,
Oh,
yes,
okay.
because they know and then we're embarrassed. Well, we might not be bringing engineers. They might not spend like engineers do, right? The engineers are just
Right. A bottle of
whatever, yeah.
whiskey.
So then I'm like, ooh, maybe we bit off more than we can chew. We're getting free stuff from them, but we're bringing people who are on shoestring budgets, right? So, yeah, no, it's a little bit different dynamic here for sure.
I think your Busan night group might include more eating. Like it's eating, drinking, and activities as well. Dinner is usually included there. How do you accommodate for, the millions of diets that exist today? So if someone's a vegetarian, a vegan, a pescatarian, halal. Yeah. How do you, or do you just say, we're going here if you like it?
Usually we have we hop from one place to another place, like 2 or 3 places or maybe 4, so they can join the other activities.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, join the other activities. But it's a bit sad because it's not that active anymore. Because first of all, I got like a personal financial, not financial, but related to something in Indonesia, my parents. So I got to reduce this one. It's very different than Busan Gyeongsanamdo Global because the mountain is free and this one's not free. So there you go.
It seems like it seems like you could be dropping some serious cash every time you hit 4 bars a night.
Yeah, and then the other.
So it's not that your desire and will to socialize and go out has gone down. Just your personal situation doesn't allow you to.
A personal situation, and I think I'm getting old. I'm getting older. Not in terms of drinking, but in terms of, I don't know.
Hangovers?
No, not hangovers. I got a different interest. I think I had a good ride with all the drinking and then club hopping, bar hopping. Yeah.
Do you feel it gets old where you go to the bar and you're like, oh, I felt it almost came in like waves. There's like different generations, waves, but it's the same kind of like, whatever. When we were in our mid 20s, late 20s, it was like, you'd go to the bar, you'd have a million drinks, you'd sing whatever that bar song was. Everyone sings it together. And then as you get older and a new group comes in, you're like, they're either singing the same song or it's, they got that new bar song. You're like, just kind of like rinse and repeat. And it does, I felt personally too, it did get a little bit old. Is that what you're saying?
I think like I can have it once in 2 months. Yeah,
okay.
But no, it's not
weekly.
Because of that. Yeah, huh?
Not weekly.
Weekly. No, it's gonna be hard on the budget.
Sure.
Yeah.
So isn't this in relation to the Busan Gyeongsanamdo group, where you have another leader or whatever who kind of takes over and shares the organizing?
It used to be with 2 other guys, and one of them he was also active at the Busan Gyeongsanamdo Global, so we could like hang out. Go on the trip and then continue at night as well.
No.
Yes, but a little bit fall apart. Yeah. So speaking about that, yes, Busan night hangout. I need, and if you live in Busan or Gyeongsanamdo and you want to be the moderators, please go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's already started. I think.
So reflecting, would you say that it was a little bit selfish running that group? It was more for your self-interest than the community?
What do you mean?
That now that you don't have the interest in it, okay, just kind of.
Because I
we're here, if you're stepping back from this one, you're making sure that it's still kind of active and going?
I don't think I obligated to.
Oh, not at all.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. When we were younger, we would organize Boryang Mud Festival because we wanted to go.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to pay $100. I wanted to pay 20 and go with my friends. But nobody else would organize it. But now that I'm old and I don't want to go, I stopped organizing them. So yeah, it was kind of selfish, but it was kind of for the benefit of many people. Everybody had fun, but I was doing it because I wanted to go. And now that I don't want to go, I think now lots of people don't go because
I don't call it selfish. It's a self-love, and you have other
Priorities.
Thank you. That's the word that I'm trying to find. Yeah, you have priorities in your life, and
It's not to say you're not helping in another way.
And to be honest, will those people be thankful to you?
We know the answer to that.
Right. We cannot hope. I mean, we cannot. Yeah.
But that's what I
Cannot
mean. So
wish
this
that-
one here seems like it was more. Yeah, you made sure that this one's still going, even if you're stepping back.
Because it's related to exercise, and we need exercise.
Exactly.
Right? We need exercise.
We also need stress release
Stress release can be
through exercise or
any other thing.
or second stage.
through other things. Yeah. So
I don't mean you're selfish. I mean the thinking around the idea of it. It'd be easier to let this go than
and
let
it
this
will
go,
be
right?
stupid because I'm not allowed to go to a club.
Right.
I'm not allowed to
Yeah.
go to a club. So the name is Busan Night Hangout.
Yeah.
Seriously, if there are like 20-somethings that want to not
Fire-
take it offer,
fire
I
it
will
up.
still be like in there. I will still
Watching
be in
and
there.
taking notes. Huh?
No.
Emo. Emo, can we go out till 2 a.m.?
Of course. No curfew.
Oh, that's funny.
Let's
funny.
see. I like the name. Busan Night Hangout. I'm very proud to come out with this name.
Oh, it is. It's good, and it does.
Right?
It's not
It's cool.
Busan Soju Club, or there could be other things involved. which
And
is
because
nice.
it's hangout, it doesn't have to be always clubs.
yeah,
Yeah, but
I like it.
Do you have long-lasting relationships and friendships from this group?
yes. Oh, that's the hard part. Yeah, that's the hard part. The hard part is the long-term hard part is people come and go. I mean, physically, but the relationship, friendship will be
Continues,
long-lasting. Yeah, and then, but sadly, like I think one person, I think we had a really good fun. Then he finally decided to disappear because it was too hard to remember us,
Yeah,
the good life in Korea. And then I don't know what states.
we've you've been here longer than we have, but I mean, that's the nature of being here, right? If you're the static person in the community, you see people come and go all the time. Then everyone comes and goes for different reasons, and you make connections with some people, and some leave, and it's a very sad goodbye. Some leave and don't say goodbye, and you miss them the most. There's that's the nature of being here, man.
But Nate, to answer your questions, it's just very few.
That you've made a deep connection.
Like how do you call it in English? A handful, and this is 2 handfuls.
Yeah.
Yeah, like about 10-ish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, you say a handful of people.
Okay.
A select few.
But it's nice that beside me, people also get connected to each other, and then they decided, to hang out with other people, and that's okay too.
That's what I like from organizing community events. When you see other people, get that light bulb moment and go, oh, you play rugby? But I didn't know there's rugby people here. There's a team, and then they become good buddies, or they get married, or they whatever group it is, right? Like if it's hiking or board games or Stitch and Bitch or whatever it is, that people, I didn't know that. Or now lots of the people coming aren't on Facebook. They're only on Instagram, so they don't know all the different things going on because lots of them are still on Facebook from older people. And I love when people learn and I don't know if there's not as much of an effort to connect or to dig and find out what's going on in the community, but I find everywhere you go, there's always something for everyone. Maybe you have to really look for it. But I like saying, hey, we are some of the pillars here. We've been here for a while, and showing opportunities to people and go, oh, it's fun to see them connect and to grow and to some of them start groups, start clubs, start organizing, and that's good. I like that.
You mentioned earlier there was two hikers maybe that met and they're dating now. Is there any other story of lasting friendship or relationships that have formed as a result of your groups?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then what sad things is dating, broke up, and then blocked each other. That's the sad part. And then some married, not yet, as far as I know. But even like one, okay, he lived in Changwon. She lives in Suwon, and then he moved to Suwon.
Oh, nice.
And I don't know right now, but so cool.
Wonderful. Look at that.
And then when we were kind of like some regulars like to not gossiping, but I think there is something going on with them.
Oh, sure. That's every group.
group.
You can notice the trends.
Yeah.
Oh, look at those two hiking off by themselves. Oh, nice.
And it's also cool. Yeah.
Nice.
So-
Oh, that's wonderful.
But I think for a lot of people, like that's something they need. That's not just the bar. Like if you came here tomorrow and said, "Where do I meet people?" What the answer is probably the bar. To physically meet people, like because they don't, people don't say like the board game club. They don't say it. So I think these other, especially something organic like hiking, is good to meet people just out, being themselves, not on show at the bar or whatever. And I feel bad that there's not, if you're not outgoing, man. If you came and you're the only teacher at a hagwon, or that you're the only Mexican student at your school, or you're the only
Right.
it can be really tough, man. You can have a hard time trying to feel like that you're accepted, especially.
Yeah. We do want to be accepted.
Yeah, and but a lot of universities have predominantly 2 or 3 major countries where they draw from, and then a handful of other like 1 or 2, and man, it can be really tough, really tough. I remember at UNIST, the Kazakhs were really, really strong, and then there was like 2 Ghanaians, and I was like 2 Ghanaians in the countryside in Ulsan. The foreign student body is mostly made up of Central Asians and Kazakhs, some Uzbeks. But, man, it's tough. It's tough. So having different outlets, if it's a reading club or a writing club or whatever, is very, very important, I think.
May I touch on that?
Yeah.
Continue? Okay. What makes me happy these days there are Koreans who came to practice their English, but the thing is they are not shy. And then I can see the improvements of their English and then self-confidence.
Going back 10 years, 20 years.
And then we also have 당근.
Oh, yeah.
당근, yeah, carrot. So Busan 경상남도 Global also in there. The second.
Oh, they organize groups as well?
Yeah, in 당근. You should
didn't.
try, dude.
I didn't know that. I thought it was just selling
what kind
furniture.
of group? Oh, yeah, Busan Gangsando is in Dangun?
In 당근.
Oh, you can advertise your group on
on
that?
당근,
So
yeah.
Koreans can join
You
that.
can create events, and then believe me, there are other people who are more lonely than me. They just make an event, Koreans make an event on 당근. I feel like having a drink tonight. Anyone's around 30s would like to come.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So it's like blind dating.
Or just putting
blind
an open,
friending.
putting an open call.
Exactly.
Hey, come on out.
Yeah.
And if you're like-minded, then why not?
If I'm in if I move to whatever Mozambique tomorrow, I mean, first usually you go to the local watering hole. But if there wasn't one, or you were in a dry country, I would do that. What do they call miscellaneous ads? Hey, whatever, not like long walks on the beach or whatever, but looking for someone to
Single white
play
male.
sports, or looking for someone
Looking for hockey
I like
players.
the guys that go on Facebook and say, hey, it's kind of like our Ulsan Online, looking for someone who wants to play tennis in Donggu, looking for someone who wants to have coffee in Buku.
Oh, I didn't know Dungan does that.
I don't
That's
know.
Oh
pretty
yeah, yeah.
interesting.
And then they can the participants can give you review, but you can also give a review on them.
Oh,
That's crazy.
So that's like, oh no, I was gonna say that's like the restaurant.
Hot or not.
Hot or not? Yeah. Oh, interesting. That's good.
All right. Sorry. And the second point, the second part that makes me happy these days is one of my international students, Uzbek. He started going with Busan Gyeongsanamdo Global, and then I feel like it's really good for him to see and communicate with other people.
Yeah.
Because I believe learning is not just in the university. Yeah.
100%.
But as example, last year, Hassan from the college there, he met Auntie, who was running the Uzbek tent. And I said, come and I'll introduce you to Tatiana. And he's like, Professor, she's from the same village I'm from. And we have a different dialect that only like 600 people speak. And she can speak, I can speak in my dialect with her. And I was like, well, I told you for months, years, get out and do stuff.
Yeah.
You got to go out and meet people.
Not just working and scroll on your Instagram.
And when you have a real personal problem that other people can't relate to in terms of cultural and, cross-cultural stuff, then you can go to Auntie and she can help you. She'd be like your second mother here. He's like, yeah, she's my next mom here. Yeah. And that's why it's hard though. I mean, I'm extroverted, so I got no problem meeting and greeting with everybody in the country. But if you're not, and you're in a new country, hey, go out and meet everybody and do everything. You're like, oh.
But I felt bad. I mean, during Vivette's cousin had come by, and it was during. I think she's pretty introverted, and I think during COVID, almost all social activities were shut down or limited in some way, and I felt bad. That, I mean, that's a difficult time, I think, for her to get through. But
once you get to a certain age, your extra can only be so much of an excuse. You got to do something for yourself.
Yeah.
You can only be so introverted. I mean, unless you're the himikimi kumoza or whatever the Japanese word is there. The recluse.
Okay.
What's the Japanese word? Himikimikoza? The Japanese word for the recluse that only stay home.
A hermit?
Right.
Oh, you mean stuck in the house?
Yeah, himikimikoza, whatever it's called.
Oh my God, I've never heard that.
There's a term.
It's very popular now. Ask any students, they laugh.
Himikimi, come on, I gotta write that down.
But yeah, you can only use that as an excuse for so long. I mean, okay, you're introverted, but I mean, so you might maybe like a writing group then instead of a Busan nightlife group or something. You can't just do nothing. You got to help yourself at some point.
I'm saying, coupled with COVID, that was probably a difficult time for her. But when if people like yourself creating the platforms to get people out, I think that's wonderful, and we need more. We need more in the community, man. That's really, really nice.
You too, with the We Hope.
It's just looking back on that, man. It's so weird to see, and you've probably seen it too. When you start something, or we took it over, you just see it change over time, and you're like, "What the hell did we make? What is going on?" I can't believe we have like regular events, and you said you have 4 coordinators under you, and you just see it kind of develop and grow, and it's really cool. But as Nate mentioned, getting people out, how difficult it is, the pre-planning and in organizing whatever. Once you're out and once you're doing it, it's nice. It feels good to meet people, especially, I don't know, and brushing off that COVID rust. It's really, really nice. It's kind of counterintuitive, almost like exercise, where you think, if I exercise, I might be tired after. If I do this event, I'm going to be more tired. But I always think that, and I'm still surprised that after it's done, I'm like, whoa, that's great, man, I'll do it again. Let's do it again tomorrow, and it feels good. I get lots of energy from stuff like that. But
now that nice. you continue to grow and mature, what is your future, do you think, with the social groups and organizing and planning and stuff? You said, I think I'm getting old, or my priorities have changed
from drinking.
What I assume you plan on being in Korea for a little bit.
Rest of my life.
Rest of your life. So Are you going to be with the Halabojis playing Paduk and Makali at the park, or where do you see are you Weguin Paduk Dewes, or what? Maybe what's the next chapter of organizing and being a leader in the community?
In terms of Busan Gyeongsangnam-do Global, I think I can like be forever because. But Busan Night Hangout is because related to my age, related to age. I see myself that Busan Gyeongsangnam-do Global with me will be forever. But Busan Night Hangout, it will not be forever. I mean, I will
Pass the torch.
To someone, but not yet. I still want to be the boss.
You get pride out of my cold
Not the
dead
boss.
hands.
I mean, like collaborate. Yeah.
Sure.
But yes.
What about 5-10 years later?
And-
Do you have like a reading club or a
No.
coffee club? Or
No.
Always active.
No, not reading and stuff. Not reading and not sitting. Not reading, not sitting, not cooking.
so what
Going out
would
doing
be 40s?
What I want is these two groups. I think people can use us to promote their products, to promote their business. For example, if someone like a startup just open a bakery, they can give a sample to us or one bread, or can collaborate, sponsorship us, and then something like that. That's what I want for the future. And then also for Busan Gyeongsangnam-do Global, I think like if Gyeongsangnam-do tourism could, provide us with bus, and then we go around Gyeongsangnam-do monthly and promoting the cities but with only a requirement that the participants needs to post on social media.
There was one of those in Ulsan recently, remember? That they would pay you 3만 원 if you hiked from here to here. It was like a 15-kilometer hike.
Yeah.
They pay you 3만 원, but you got to take pictures and
Right.
Salmon
Yeah.
on for lunch or something. Yeah.
The Gyeongnam Alps.
So, that might have been it. Yeah.
There's a few different. ones.
Yeongnam.
Yeongnam Alps, interesting.
So
Very nice.
that's all.
That's marketing and advertising. I mean, you got people who have thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of followers. There's no sense putting a sign on a bus. It's not getting you any connections. Where you get people putting them on their social media channels. I mean, there's thousands, tens, millions of people looking at these things. So, I think marketing in terms of cities.
And I'm a little bit sad with the Busan Busan gathering, Busan Global Gathering, and we had a booths, and then we drew away like a small gifts and quiz about Busan. But the people who came and visited our booths, like half of them are not our target markets.
Yeah.
Yeah, like parents with toddlers or
Well,
babies.
if you're at festivals, you have to learn to expect that because that's what happens. Everybody just wants something for free.
So I learned something though. The gift should not be like these gifts, but maybe other gifts.
Yeah. If your gift is soju, then you'll get your target audience.
Okay.
We have quite a few, like, I would say people in their 80s who just randomly walk up to all the booths and try and take all the free little things, and you're like, what are you doing? Why do you need 6 fans? Get out of here. What are you doing?
But good thing is I asked them to follow, to subscribe
Oh, good. Yeah,
in order to join the quiz.
perfect.
But I always said, please do not unfollow again.
Yeah.
As soon as they turn
God
around,
watches you.
Oh, that's a.
God watches you.
Please don't unfollow. God is watching. Yes, ma'am. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, Olia, it's fantastic. I'm glad we sat down for a second interview. That's really nice, and I hope this for anyone out there who maybe there's a hobby you want to do, there's no outlet for it, start it. It's possible. You can start your own group and form it the way you want, and people will join, man.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Really.
It's an inspiration to those out there. Nate, anything to add?
No, just thanks for again having that initiative and ambition, and I know it's probably your personality more than anything, like it is for me, just to be around people and connect with people. But yeah, thanks for the stuff that you do and the building bridges in the communities, because it's not just there, it's here. And I mean, this is Danny. Do you know Danny Kessler?
Oh yeah.
Like Danny and I are friends from 2007 or something.
Oh wow.
And he went to Busan, I stayed here, but now our networks kind of join forces, and it's all about all those things and connecting people and building, and you never know, who's gonna come out married, or who's gonna start a business together, or who's gonna, and it's great that you do that. And I think maybe sometimes it's pretty thankless, and some people don't appreciate it, but there are many that do, and maybe they just can't express it. So in one capacity or another, stay involved and keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, of course I will. And I'm very grateful for this too, and then for you guys to inviting me.
Woo! Let's do it again.
Running out of topic. me, I'm running out of topic.
Oh no, well, there's always more stuff to talk about. Anyways, we'll cut that for today.
Everyone.
Thank you for listening, and we'll talk to you again next time. Bye-bye.